Hello,
Hiya.
hello.
Well, wasn't that impressive?
Oh, I can't wait to rewatch that.
yeah,
There's
in
so much
detail.
technique.
My goodness, that was just wow. And I want one of those spray brush things.
Yeah,
for
we're a
sure.
bit jealous of that.
Yeah,
a little bit.
You did amazing. I know there was a glitch at the beginning. We came from the wrong page.
Forget
You
that.
recovered so well. So well done, you. Really, really proud.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. This was what was up for grabs, which you've just done a fantastic job of demonstrating. So thank you so much to General Finishes and Annabelle Duke for all your donations that are coming out to. Randomly picked on the machine by my son, Georgia, back to front, sorry, and I still don't know how to spell
with
your
surname. But Georgia, you know who you are.
Yeah.
Georgia P. You know who you are.
So, I'm going to need your address.
Lovely jubbly.
So up next,
Ooh, this is a slightly heavier one.
this lady is just lovely. She's going to be Grand Designs at the weekend with Chris Billinghurst as well. She's mad. She just like signs up for everything, and she's just the kindest, most positive person ever. She stocks Vintage with Grace chalk paint, Annabelle Duke, and Salt Wash. So that's what's in her pack, which is up for grabs in this hour if you follow and share. We are now up to a massive £366 that we have raised so far today. So well done, guys. Don't stop.
Wow,
Don't
we are a
stop.
third of the way to our targets. That's amazing. Keep going.
Yeah. So, who is it?
Who have we got, Georgia?
Up next we have Claire Taylor at Taylor Made with Love in Wigan, Greater Manchester. She stocks Salt Wash, Annabelle Duke and Vintage with Grace.
And she's amazing. I just can't wait to see what she's going to do. We've got a few more minutes to kill here. So I'm going to reiterate, if you want to donate via your mobile phone, I don't suppose you know it's backwards anyway. If you want, yeah, this is Alice. If you want to donate via your mobile phone, you need to send it to, it's back to front, I haven't flipped it, 70070, and you put the code in the text message, CMUL55, and then the amount that you want to donate. Every pound makes a difference to somebody's life. So
Please
do.
Yeah,
This
can't
is
say that enough.
such an important cause
It
for
is.
all of us, and for those of you that follow me, you will know this week has been a really difficult week for me. My best friend died this week from mental illness, and he was a mental health nurse with me, so this is very personal for me. I'm doing this for him, and he's more than worth it. So please put your money where your heart is.
Yeah, do. Everybody we speak to has been affected in some way by mental health issues, whether it's in their family, their friend circles, whether it's themselves, grandparents, you know, your children. We all go through this.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something to be brushed under the carpet. We're all well aware of it, and
Now we're hoping we're going to contribute towards people actually being able to talk about it, because what's going on behind this face is nobody's business. Right,
Exactly.
with no more ado, I'm going to there might be a little time delay, so just stick with it wherever you're watching from, it will get there.
I'm looking forward to this.
Claire
I'm so
Taylor's
looking
up
forward to
next.
this.
Good luck,
Come on,
lovely.
Claire.
Good up.
Hi guys! Me! Right, I'm gonna go back here. Okay, so hopefully you can see me. I am Claire Taylor from Taylor Made with Love. Apologies if I can't see your comments because I don't have my glasses on, but I've got a lovely assistant here, Sarah, who is off camera, who's gonna help me. We're here. It's been a long journey. Well, it's not actually. It's been 2 weeks of craziness. Paula from Faux Chic Emporium approached me and said she fancied doing a 12-hour painting marathon for an amazing charity. Mind. So yeah, I jumped at the chance. So I'm going to go straight to the kind of really important stuff. I'm a teacher by trade. I teach every day, primary school teacher. And my class are really aware of what I'm going to do today. So, look what they made me. They made me, and I hope I managed to flip it so that it's the right way. So can you check if it's the right way? I think it is. If it is, we are 11 upcyclers, professional upcyclers from around the country, got together to support mental health awareness, and today is Mental Health Awareness Day. So yeah, we're doing this for a massive cause. We're doing it to raise charity, money for the Mind charity. So throughout our live today, and it's been going on since 12 noon, and it's going to go on right the way through till midnight tonight, which is amazing. And all of us, you can donate to everybody that you see. So all you need to do is type CMUL55, that stands for Creative Minds Unite, L55. You text the amount that you want to donate, and you send it to 770. Dead easy. Throughout the day, every single hour, we've got, thank you my lovely, we've got giveaways which Paula and Manda are managing amazingly well. So at the end of my live today, whoever, if you like and comment, then you're in with a chance to win the prize, which is amazing. We would love your shares. The more you share, the more people see what we're doing. And at the end of the day, we've all come together to raise massive amounts of money for a really, really well-worthy charity. So on top of that, I'm going to be at Grand Designs Live this weekend with the Upcycled Hour. So I've got 2 extra tickets. So on top of you being able to win the prize at the end of my hour, which I believe is Vintage with Grace, Annabelle Duke chalk paint and salt wash. So an amazing prize just for saying a little hello and knowing that you're with us. On top of that, anybody that donates during my live, so at this point, if you text now, if you write down in the comments and you say that you've donated, then you're up for a chance to win in these. They're worth up to 20 quid each. You can use them for one day. As soon as I've come off live today, I'm going to select a winner and I'm going to pop them in the post to you tomorrow. So you can come on Saturday or Sunday. I'm on Sunday, so come on Sunday. Come and say hello. It'd be really nice to see who wins these. So, that's all the admin stuff done. So what am I doing today? I'm a little bit nervous, as you can probably tell. I don't do lives. I teach by day, I do workshops, but I don't do lives. And typical me kind of decided to jump in at the deep end because it was such a worthy cause. So I am going to have a go at today doing some glazing. Some raised stenciling, and we're just going to kind of wing it from there on, pretty much basically. So I'm going to show you how to mix up the glaze. I'm just going to put down my camera a little bit. Here we go. Oh, Annabelle Dukes, hi. I can see you. Right, so I'm going to start off with the glaze. So I've already done a raised stencil on my bureau, which I'll show you a little bit closer in a moment. So I'm going to use my glaze, a little bit of Polyvine Scrumble. The purpose of glazing, when you're using, so I'm going to use Vintage with Grace chalk paint. And Vintage with Grace chalk paint is amazing. I'm a stockist of it. I absolutely adore it. And when you use chalk paint, the really good thing about it is that it dries quickly. So you can put 2 coats on within, if you're in a warm room, it's going to take about 20 minutes to dry. Not even that sometimes, which is brilliant for being able to put on lots of layers quickly. If for raised stenciling, for the glazing, I don't want it to dry quickly like that. I want to extend its open time. So open time is how quickly a paint dries. So when you're adding a glaze to it, it's going to open that massively. It goes from you having 20 minutes to an hour to up to 24 hours, sometimes even longer. So you get a lot more time to play with it. So to bring out my raised stenciling, which is literally going to give it a little bit of definition, and in a little bit I'm going to be dry brushing, so I'm going to pick it out, the raised stenciling that I've done, so it's going to become lighter, it's going to pop it out. So I'm going to, first of all, I want depth. It's very flat at the moment. It's not flat in my raised stenciling, but the colour itself is flat. So I want to kind of give it lots of layers of colour to that. So I'm going to use Vintage with Grace Mr. Darcy. Now, Mr. Darcy is a lovely, rich, pigmented black. It's a strong colour. Sometimes in chalk paints, you kind of get more of a really dark grey kind of effect to it. I can see you on camera there. Oh, look, say hello, Sarah. Hi. My little glamorous assistant looking away. So it's a really rich, beautiful black colour. Now, depending when you're putting your glaze on, dependent on the ratio that you put in will be how translucent it is. So the less colour that you want, less glaze you add. Simple, really. It's not going to affect the actual colour itself, but it's just like I say, it's going to open the dry time of it. It gives you a lot more time to play with it. Okay. And it does come, I do stock the glazing agent. It does come in smaller ones. I just love glazing. I used to be a massive fan of waxing to create the same effect, but you need to first of all coat it with a clear wax so that you've got a lot more work time in there. I just find glazing an awful lot easier. So it's that easy to make up. Okay. Hi, Angie. Yeah, you might be in the right place, hopefully. I did find a glamorous assistant. We'll show you there.
Hi.
Hi, Vicky. You're up next after me, I believe, Mrs. I hope you're not as scared as I am. I'm quite terrified. Just give another little... There you go. Oh, I did flip it. Yay! So you're going to text CMUL55, whatever you want to donate, to the number 770. Georgia from Texas. Hi. Hope you're well, Georgia. Right. So I'm going to go a little bit closer. So hopefully you guys can kind of see. Sorry for the shadows. So this... Oh, I've got my shadows on. I can't see it that well. This side I've already glazed, okay? So here I've used salt wash, which I'm going to try and... Hi, Kate. Hope you loved your live as well. I'm going to have a little go at your pouring a little bit later. So here I've used salt wash, which I'll show you how to do a little bit later on. It was a completely flat surface before, and I pushed the salt wash through a stencil. If I show you, this side has not been glazed. So up close and personal, you can see the pattern there. It's not showing up on camera, but already that side is showing up on camera because of the glaze work. Hi, Gary. Okay, so I'm gonna hopefully not put too much shadow in it. There you go, we'll have a little go. So, whew, we're ready. Right, so for glazing, I like to use, oh, there you go, can't show it, I'm going backwards. A bit of a battered old brush, to be honest, because I want it to get into all of the crevices in there. It's not going to stay on, so I'm not worried about brush marks. Now, at the moment, this has already been painted in Annabelle Duke's Modern Finish Mineral Paint. Hi, Rachel from Vintage. I'm using Mr. Darcy. Hope you like. So I've used Annabelle Duke so far. That's a mineral paint. Now, in fact, I'm just talking there to myself. There we go. Doing two backwards. Mineral paint has similarities to chalk paint, and it has differences, obviously. Mineral paint itself is self-leveling, self-priming, and it doesn't need any top coat. If I was to do glazing on chalk paint, I'd need to protect it first because chalk paint is porous. So it's going to suck in any of the glaze that I put on, which is brilliant if you want kind of a whitewashed effect. If you're going quite coastal, absolutely perfect for it. Because it's going to absorb that sort of lighter colour that you're going to put on top of it. For me, I want very much a control over it. So if I was using chalk paint, I would finish it with something like polyvine. Polyvine sealer is what I would put over a chalk paint. That creates a barrier between the chalk paint itself and the glaze that you're putting on top, which means you've got loads of control over it. Because I've used Annabelle Duke's mineral paint, it does not need any sealer whatsoever. So yeah, I've not had to seal it. Brilliant, job saved. So I'm going to stop waffling and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay. Okay, so at first you're going to kind of freak out because you've done all of that work and you're going to kind of make it look like a bit of a mess at first. So I'm just going to put it on and I'm going to go in different directions because all of the crevices that I've made with my raised stenciling, I want that glaze to sit within all of those crevices. Okay. And because I quite like the depth of colour, I'm going to go right the way over. If you didn't want any of the depth of colour then you purely wanted it on your raised stenciling, obviously you don't have to go there. But I like kind of the two-tonal look really. Bit of a hue to it. Okay. So at this point you kind of probably think, I've just spent the last 20 minutes doing a beautiful raised stenciling, it was looking all pretty, and look what on earth I've done. I've done that many times, okay? But don't panic. Now, the deeper that you want that in, the more you can leave it there. But I don't want lots of depth to it. So I'm going to start off with a dry cloth at first, and I'm going to start rubbing off. And I'm going to be careful around that raised stenciling so that I'm not taking out the actual bit that I want. You need to keep folding so that you're not just wiping it in. It does kind of create quite a bit of a mess. And I did even go to school today covered in glaze because I was having a go last night. Okay. Now at that point, I'm going to start to rub. Now, what ends up happening is you've got bits left there that you really want, which is brilliant, but you end up taking some of the other parts out. That's fine. You can just keep working with it. It's not a problem. So I'm going dry at first. Now, if you want that straight off, to show you, I'm going to use baby wipe. The thing with glaze is that it kind of, I think it's something that everyone's quite scared of, but actually when you start playing with it, it's really not as frightening. If I rub that off completely, when that was dry there, that's completely gone. Oh, you can't see, it looks all shiny. In person, that's completely gone there. My little glamorous assistant, I'm sure, would agree.
Yes, it definitely has gone.
There you go, it's gone. So you can play around with it until you get to where you want it to be. Okay, now I want a little bit more on there, so I'm going to put it on. If I was just dealing with the chalk paint just completely as is, I know, how good is Mr. Gracie? Darcy even, Mr. Gracie, I'm reading there, Vintage with Grace, sorry Rachel. The fact that I can play around with it, if I didn't, I could use this kind of effect. So if I teach on some of my workshops about doing colour washes, which is where you literally water down the chalk paint to a thinner consistency and you put a wash on. And if I'm trying to go for quite a coastal look, that works brilliantly. But for me, because I want a lot of control over this today, then my glazing agent means that I've got that control. I can keep playing, I can keep going back to it as many times as I want to, until I've got exactly what I want it looking like. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my circular motions because I want those high points there being picked out. Okay. Now it's darker here, so I'm going to take some new roll. I'm going to keep going round. Now it looks darker than here. Don't panic about that. That size dried. That I did last night. So at the moment, just the wetness itself is even going to make it look different colour. Now what I really want is, because I'm going to go for the raised stenciling to be quite light and quite picked out, depicted. Okay, depicted. So I'm going to keep on, and especially over my high points, I'm going to take a little bit more off. Ooh, there's a little bit of a harsh bit on that there. And I just love the fact that you can keep working it. You can keep going over. That bit there for me is too light, that bit there is too dark. So I'm going to get my baby wipe. And I'm just going to lightly, I'm not going hard, but I'm just going to lightly start to take off little bits that I think have just taken a little bit too much. But I want to keep all of my dark glaze around that raised stenciling, because that's going to give me more definition when I come to the dry brushing bit. And again, I'm going to work it in. Adding that little bit of wet means that you can just play with it more around those areas. And if I mess up, just do it again, I mess up all the time, so it's fine. Okay. How are we doing over there, Sarah? Have we got any donations yet?
No, we haven't got any donations, but apparently there's 39 people viewing, and there was 43, and we haven't got any interactions or comments or any donations just at the moment.
Okay, so guys, if you want to get, oh, hi Christian Taylor, you're right, that's my brother, hi. All you have to do to be able to win tonight's prize from that Paula will be posting out is just to comment. You just have to comment, give it a little bit of love, give us a heart, because we always like a little bit of hearts, don't we? And to be able to get the Grand Designs Lives tickets for this weekend, you can go on Friday, you can go on Saturday, you can go on Sunday. All you've got to do is donate. And if you comment below that you have donated, then after my live, I'm going to draw somebody and I'm going to send it out straight away. So even if you can't go to Grand Designs, it'd be amazing. Just donate. There you go. Yes, Paula, I can say donate. Look, my little poster that my kids at school have done. What do we put on the donation text? Can't see his top of the poster. So all you need to do, Christian, is you need to text CMUL55 and however much you want to donate, and you're going to send that text to 770. For me, my little extra giveaway for Grand Design Lives this weekend is not about how much you donate. If you can donate £1, if you can donate £5, £20, whatever you can donate, it's not about the money that you donate, it's the fact that you are with us, you're supporting us for such an incredible charity. So please don't think that my giveaway is by any means going to be based on who donates the most. It's not. It's the fact that we are all in it together. Mental health affects a lot of people, a lot. 1 in 4 adults, I believe, is a statistic, but that's for someone who is affected personally. We all know somebody through our friends, through our family, that have been affected, and you know, opening up that conversation that it's okay not to be okay, to speak out, to get the help you need, which is why, for me, Mind is just an amazing cause. I work with kids day in, day out. Yay, thank you for donating, Georgia. You are in with a chance. I work with kids, and we've actually chosen Mind this week as our class charity that we're going to support all year long, that we're going to raise money for, because I think, you know, whatever age you are, whether you're a child, whether you're an adult, it's about saying it's okay to need a little bit of support sometimes. So yeah, I'm doing it for my kids at school. Yay! Okay, I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to get back to it. So there is my glazing. So hopefully now, you couldn't see before, the raised stenciling so depicted. And hopefully now it's kind of popping out there a little bit. So at the minute, there's kind of a bit of a difference between the colours. That's because one is wet, obviously, and one is not. So I'm going to blend it in a little bit like that. But the beauty of glazing is that I could go back to this tomorrow. So I did this side yesterday, and I could go back to it with the wet and work with it. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. Do you know what, Karen? This is my first ever live. So if you're mesmerised by me chatting away, loving it. Thank you. Right, so I've glazed. So I've glazed this side. This is going to take about 24 hours to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of shift you guys over. God, I'm having to work backwards. It's freaking me out. I'm not good at going backwards. There we go. You can still say? Still there? Hey. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work on the side that's dry. In fact, I'm going to go back a little bit just so you can kind of put it with my face a little bit. You say? No, I'm going to have to squat. There we go. Oh, I'm just going to stop faffing. You don't need to see my face, do you? So I'm going to get my stencil. So the stencil I'm using today is this one. I need to work on flipping myself, don't I? It's freaking me out. It's from Arts and Enhancements. And I use this to create my raised stenciling. So hopefully, if I've got time, how long have I been on?
We've got half an hour.
I've got loads of time. That'll be fine. I'll be able to show you. So I'm going to show you on the drawers for my bureau how to use this as a raised stencil. But if I do that now, I'm going to kind of end up with a big fat mucky mess over it, which I don't really want to go on. Oh, yeah, definitely my first live job. Well, I've had a go this week, just to get a few technical issues sorted. It resulted in me doing a live from my bed with my son last night because he wanted to get in on the action. But yeah, I think it's going all right. I hope. Oh, I've just seen my mum's come on. Hello to Maria Taylor. I love you. She's my little rock, bless her. Love her. And my dad. I'm sure she's watching too, Pops. So, I've used this and I'm just gonna put it back over where I did my raised stencil. Okay? Now, you don't need to do this. I'm kind of doing this as a little bit of a security blanket. Because it's raised up, you could, if I show you, okay? So I flipped it. So I did it there, and then I flipped it, and I got the mirrored image on that side. Because I'm a bit like that. I kind of like it being a little bit symmetrical. I kind of sometimes have to break out of my comfort zone and stop being so symmetrical sometimes. But for this piece, I think it works. So I could just literally dry brush straight onto there because that surface is now raised up. But I want kind of a little bit of an insurance policy over that. Now I've done that. I don't know where it's gone. There you go. Yeah, I do. back in the room. We're fine. Okay. Me putting that on there just means that whatever I'm going to do onto this surface now is pretty much protected from the other bits, okay? And I'm going to use a really low tack frog tape. Yellow frog tape is your best friend if you are working with chalk paint, mineral paint, any paint really, because it's going to adhere what you need to, but it's not going to pull the paint off, okay? So, a little bit of dry brushing, I think. I am still here, by the way, for anyone that's just come on. I'm just hiding. Not really. Right. So, dry brushing.
We haven't had anybody donate yet.
Oh,
In the comments.
well, my brother's just texted to say that he's donated. For anybody that wants to have we got them?
Yeah, tickets here. Please write donate in the comments.
There you
I'm
go.
sitting here very...
There they are. There they are. 2 Grand Designs Lives tickets. They are worth up to £20 each. But I need somebody to actually let me know that they've donated during this live. For anyone that's donated during the day, let me know. But during this live, right now, those are the tickets that I'm going to give away. That is going to be extra
Thank you.
to the amazing giveaways that Paula has got going on. Just because I had 2 extra ones and I thought I'd help. So, dry brushing. Okay, I'm going to use Vintage with Grace chalk paint again. And what I'm going to do is, dry brushing is about getting, it sounds really backwards. Oh, thank you, Linda, for donating. And yeah, my mum's just donated too. You still can't have the tickets, Mum, you're coming anyway. So, dry brushing. I'm going to get some paint on. And I'm pretty much going to be a bit backwards about it. I'm going to get most of the paint off. And because, in fact, it's not quite in the right place. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. It's terrible. Drives me crazy. Okay. This is kind of my insurance policy that I've got that on. So whatever I do means it's not going to go through to the other side. Now, at the moment, I'm going to be going over this. This is not stenciling, by the way. If you were stenciling, oh, thank you, Angie. I hope you enjoy. And Anne-Marie, Anne-Marie's my, she works with me at school. She said she was going to come on tonight. Nobody comments, Anne-Marie. I'm watching. I can say. Right, so this is not stenciling. If I was stenciling, I would either be swirling or I'd be dabbing. But I'm not. I kind of want to, the bits that I've got there for my raised stenciling, I want them to be a lot lighter and more of a contrast to what I've got underneath already. So I'm using my dry brush technique. Again, not stenciling. Okay. I know, I am a perfectionist, Christian. It drives me balmy. Hi, Sarah. I saw your live today with the pumpkins. I did, I watched.
More people are watching now.
Okay.
43. No, I'm just saying it was 30 before.
Oh.
I think they must like the stencil, the dry brushing thing.
So, if I kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what's going on there. So can you see it's starting to really pick out? So in person, you'd see that this is lifted off anyway. And I'm not going for all of it. I just kind of want to pick it out. If I was doing, and I could dry brush straight on, but I would end up getting stray parts there. And I want it to be really kind of crisp for what I'm doing. Hi. Were you nerve-wracked, Sarah? I was terrified to come on. Really scared. I did watch you though. On my way home, you were in my car playing through my speaker. So I'd get a little bit of a heads up. There you go. So I'm starting to work it through. So for anyone that doesn't know, there's been I don't know what hour are we on now? We're on 7 o'clock. So 7 hours, 7 upcyclers from around the country have already done their slots today. Paula and Manda must be shattered. They're the ones, the mastermind Paula behind this. Every single hour they've been on between all of the upcyclers. There's been loads of giveaways so far. We're really lucky that we've got I'm like a weird kind of arm off the camera, aren't I? I'm gonna have to kind of go down like this. We've had loads of paint companies that have wanted to be part of what we were doing. Vintro, Stencil Stash, Vintage with Grace, Annabelle Jukes, Salt Wash, Fusion. Oh, there's loads, there's absolutely loads of them, and that's kind of mind-blowing that each of us in our own different part of the country, and they've backed it. And every hour, I think there's been 6 giveaways, I believe, so far, 6 or 7 maybe. And all you've got to do is give it a little like. Thank you for sharing, Teresa. Give it a little like, and we'd love you to share. Because if you do, then it just it gets passed around. The more people that share, the more people know. These lives are going to be up, they're not going to be disappearing. You can see any of our lives from any of our websites, sorry. No, not websites, Facebook pages, there you go. So for everyone that's been getting notifications off mine today, it's because of all the amazing people that have been working hard, doing their lives, what's happening at work.
We've got 50 people watching now. There must be enjoying watching that. It's good.
So, yeah, we're here to, we share our love of painting. Thank you for donating, Nicola. Give you a big cuddle tomorrow, lovey. We all love painting. The people that do this, we sometimes work in isolation, sometimes work together, but we love what we do. But when you kind of get an opportunity to be part of something bigger, to be able to actually raise money for something that is so important, then that's something special, isn't it? That truly is something different. So yeah, give us a like, give us a comment, and like I say, I promised anybody that donates during my live and lets me know that they have, then they get an extra giveaway of the tickets. Does that stencil have a name? No. Oh, I don't know the official name.
We have a message from Angela Power.
Oh, hi, Angela.
I think I have got a mental health issue. I have spent
No, you don't have to read that. Or has she been at Grand Design?
No, she spent the first hour today at Grand Designs looking for you only. And
Oh.
found out it's on a Sunday.
Do you know, Angela? No. Oh, do you know, I was a little bit worried she was going to reveal something then, Angela. No, Angela phoned me when I was on my dinner hour today saying, Claire, where are you? And yeah, she was having a little wander around Grand Designs Live. And I'm so sorry.
I think it was wine or champagne, but she looks like she had a nice time.
Oh, did she send me a picture?
Yeah, it's here.
Oh, Angela, I'll have a little nosy when I'm off. I did presume you might be on the champagne because you didn't call me back. But yeah, Angela is lovely. She's one of the ladies that she runs workshops herself. And she buys a lot of my Annabelle Jukes mineral paint. She loves it. And do you know what's really nice is that quite often, I'd say the land of upcycling, you would have thought that it would be, will you double check the text number for donations? It's 770 mum. She's going to kill me for saying mum on there. Yeah, there you go. Sarah's posted it. Is it not working? Maria Taylor, let me know if it's not working. Yeah, you kind of, sometimes it can be a little bit of a competitive realm to be honest, upcycling. Everybody has different preferences of different products that they like. And sometimes you meet people and none of that matters, because it doesn't, does it? Hi Mickey from New York. Loving it, Mickey. If you could donate, like, share. It says it can't accept donation. Oh, right, okay. Sarah, could you post up the Just Giving link for me?
Well.
So, for anyone that's trying to donate and it's saying it can't, it might have crashed, to be fair. So what we'll do is, if that text link is not working, Sarah will post up for me
Do it now.
down here, and she will send the straight link to Just Giving. That Just Living? I think I am just living right now, to be fair. That Just Giving link will definitely work. So,
It's just been a little bit slow.
is
There
that
we go.
Geraldine? Have I said that right, Geraldine? Hi. I'm so sorry. If I've said it wrong, tell me how to say it. From Nanny's Attic. Hi. Have you guys done your link already, Nanny's Attic? I think you have, haven't you? Or are you up later? Chalk paint. Do you know, I've tried lots of different chalk paint. For me, I love Vintage with Grace. Yeah, will you put that link up? I've got
It's
three
just been slow.
messages saying that it's not working. That's all right, guys, we'll sort it. I've tried lots of different chalk paints. For me, chalk paint is something I started off with I tried a very well-known brand. For me, what makes it really important for a chalk paint is I don't want to smell. I don't want high VOCs. So for anyone that doesn't know, VOCs are the kind of the compounds that they have to put in there as a paint. Now, some paint brands will say they've got 0 VOCs. It's very difficult to get 0, but what is really important is to get very low. So that means that when you're working it, you're not getting those nasty chemicals, you're not getting that awful smell. If you're distressing, it's not those nasty chemicals are not getting released and you're not breathing them in. I'd say if you're ever sanding, especially with something like salt wash, so salt wash naturally is something that you add to your paint. You create texture with one colour, you paint over with a different colour, and then you sand it off again so that it reveals underneath. You'd never do that you'd never do any sanding without a mask. You know, you're not gonna be somewhere that there's lots of particles everywhere in the air and breathing it into your lungs. There you go, volatile organic compounds. Thank you, Sarah. That's VOCs. So I want a paint that is not going to have lots of those in. Vintage with Grace is fantastic for that. It works. It's smooth to go on. It doesn't sell itself as self-leveling, but it pretty much does. You know, if you want to put it on thicker, you're going to create texture. Long water-based, shouldn't be. You'd be surprised, to be honest, Nikki. There are some out there that are water-based that still do have higher than you would hope VOCs in there. So, yeah, chalk paint, I would go very much for Vintage with Grace. But, let me find it. The other one that I've used on here is Annabelle Duke's Modern Finish. Now, this is a mineral paint. So mineral paints work slightly differently. I touched on it before. They'll self-level, self-prime, and they'll self-seal. So if you're going for a wet distress look, you would go for a chalk paint, because in essence, when you add that water to it, then it's easy to kind of wipe back again. That's not going to be the same for your mineral paint. So yeah, I would say that a lot of, do you know, people in my workshop, they kind of go 50-50. There's never one or the other. Some are popular for some people because they want more of a textured look. Some people want more of a sleek finished look, which is why, thank you, Kerry. If you would like a chance to have the Grand Designs live, their tickets, then give us a little donate and let us know, and yeah, you could be in for a chance for the tickets. Right, so having a little look so far. So that's what I have done with the dry brushing there. So here, that's with the glazing. Here's with the dry brushing as well. Now, what I'm going to do as well, what time are we on?
1:45.
Okay, we're all right. So we've got 10 minutes left. So what I would also do on top of that, I've had a good old natter about everything, really.
We've got a question. Hi, Taylor. Jay from Nanny's Attic here. What's the chalk paint like you're using?
It's Vintage with Grace. That's what I was just having a little chat about.
Oh, sorry, maybe it's just been loaded. I've just been
Has it just
about
come up now? Oh, see, I was on it there.
You were, yeah.
I was on it.
I haven't got
So,
some more. Let me just...
The other one I'm going to have a go at is a pearl plaster. Okay, so you can use this for a raised stenciling as well. But I'm going to use it because I want kind of a bit of a metallic-y sheen to it. Okay. So again, I'm going to dry brush with. Now, normally, I would have let my other paint dry. But I'm going to go over because I want it to kind of just have that multi-dimensional kind of finish to it, so it's not a flat one. And this, do you know, it's a bit rubbish at showing up on camera. So you guys might not see quite so much of the effect, but in person it does make a big difference. To anyone that's just joined, if you guys can type and let me know if you donate during my live, because there's an extra giveaway of the Grand Designs Lives tickets. That is for this weekend. I'm going to be on stage on Sunday with Upcycled Hour.
Sorry to interrupt you. Nicola Clayton's downloaded by text.
Thank you, Nicola.
Georgia Plesiak is live.
Yeah.
You've got that, and Vicky Florence has too.
Brilliant. Thank you, guys. Anything that you donate, I don't care if it's £1. It doesn't matter what you can donate. Donate what you guys can. If you can't donate, it's fine. Just give us a little share so other people can see what we're doing. It's all about kind of mental health awareness. It's about raising that understanding, isn't it? So, So for anyone that doesn't know, I'm using a bit of pearl plaster now. So I've done my dry brushing with the white, and I now want to kind of give it that more elegant feel to it as I go. Now, dry brushing with the pearl plaster, it won't give you it's not kind of the same effect as dry brushing with chalk paint. Chalk paint gives you quite a bit of control over it. This kind of gives you more of a bit of a washed look to what you're doing. But then when the light hits it, it makes it really pop out. It's kind of one of those that if you had this in your room, dependent on where you were stood, it would look different. The light kind of hits it. Time are we on, Sarah?
We're okay. We're 46.
Okay. I'm going to quickly whiz through because I kind of like to show everyone how I actually did the raised stenciling. If I can. So I'm going to show you that right now because I'm not going to... There we go. What do you guys think? You like it? What are you dry brushing with? Couldn't hear you. Sorry, Jacqueline. I dry brush first with Vintage with Grace chalk paint to give me a base to it, and then I'm dry brushing over it with a pearl plaster, which is more of a metallic finish. When that's dry, I'm gonna hit some points with Annabelle Duke's Gilding Cream, but I'm not gonna get a chance to show you that tonight, I don't think. I might do another live now that I've got the bug for it. So that is a gilding cream. Thank you, Angie. You guys, if you could just love it, donate a little bit if you can, and you can win the Grand Designs Live tickets. So that again, I'm going to work through. So for those points that I just want to hit to give it that little extra bit of glimmer, that's what I'm going to use.
Oh, somebody called Michelle Hill has donated whilst watching and decoupaging.
Oh, I love it. What you who was that?
Michelle. Hill.
What are you decoupaging, Michelle? I'd love to see it. Send me a little picture and thank you for your donation.
And Debbie Rogerson has liked and shared.
Thank you, Debbie. Right.
And Angie Thomas has shared again just for extra good luck.
Oh, that's a double whammy. Thank you, my lovey. Right, so I'm going to move that back because how long have I got?
We've now got, it's now 1948.
Okay, right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to have a little go. So, I'm going to show you. See, I can't see anything that anyone's saying now. Probably a good thing.
I can now, if I have to.
So, I'm going to show you the raised stenciling that I did, okay? So, I feel like I'm on Blue Peter, but not doing it quite as well.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
It's
I'll be
like
honest.
that. I'm going to present with a badge at the end.
So, I'm going to work on that once I'm not on, and I'll show you guys. But I'm going to show you how I did it on a draw. So...
Oh, Georgia B. Owen, she says that she's in love with that stencil.
Isn't it good? I know, I love it, and I love that you can flip it, you can use different parts of it. It's just kind of elegant, I think. It's a pretty one.
Oh, Michelle Hill said, hi, I'm doing a little box for my neighbour in some rather shiny paper. I'll post it on Shell's Shabby soon.
Oh, do it. Post it on my page too, I'd love to see. So, I did my raised stenciling with the Annabelle Dukes, okay? Now, it's a mineral paint, so give it a little shake because you want all of that goodness kind of mixed into it. Okay? And this is what I used. Yeah, can you see it? Salt wash. Whew. So salt wash, like I said before, you normally use it for texture, but I find it really good for using it for raised stenciling as well. There you go. Thank you. Oh, my next door neighbour's on there. Thanks, Diane. So normally, I'll be honest, anyone that goes on my workshop will know that I sort of say, don't do this, and then I normally do it. So I'm hoping it's not the option tonight. So I'm going to put a little bit of paint in. Okay. If you order this from my website, www.tellmadewithlove.co.uk, I'll send you an information leaflet because it depends what type of paint you use as to how much you put in. Okay. So I'm going to add a little bit at a time, just in takeaway tub, and I'm going to stir it in. When you're adding salt wash to something, it's not going to change. Even it's kind of looks like a bit of a greeny powder, it's not going to give a greeny tinge to what you're doing. Even if you're using white, it will still stay white. So it's kind of a process of little and often. How long have we got, Sarah?
You've got 1951. Tam Phillips says, hey, from Nashville. And Maria Taylor says, Claire, I've seen your finished items, but I'm absolutely in awe of how you do it. Kiss.
Ah, thanks, lovey.
And Melanie.
And hi from Nashville.
Yeah, Tam Phillips.
Hi from Wigan in the UK.
Hang on. Linda says, sorry, I didn't get what you used. Did you say pearl plaster?
Yes, I did, from Arts and Enhancements. Yeah, I did. I use a lot of their products. Yeah, they're brilliant. So, what time are we on? We run out of time?
1952.
Oh, I've got 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, I'm going to speed up, okay? Hopefully I'll get a little bit there. Paula's probably sat there going, Claire, stop waffling. Stop now. So, I've made it's made it thick. Oh, I'm now rushing. I'm going to end up messing it, aren't I?
No, you're not.
It'll be fine. Right, okay. So, I've mixed that in. And the way you're going to do your raised stenciling, so I'm going to use the stencil that I did for this, okay? Normally I would clean it all up, but I've not got time. The way you're going to do your raised stenciling, so I'm going to use the stencil that I did for this, okay? Normally I would clean it all up. Sarah's playing me back. Sarah needs to stop playing me back. Okay, so I just want a little bit of an accent to it, I think, on the edge of the drawers. I'm going to go there, okay? So the way you do your raised stencil, what time is it? Because I can't overrun.
53.
Okay, got 2 minutes. You ready? So you want a flat, ooh, just blobbed it off. It's a good job it didn't land. You want a flat instrument that you can drag over. You can use one of your old credit cards. Stops you spending, ladies. And I'm going to keep the stencil really flat. And I'm going to drag it over. Not too worried if I go over parts that I don't want. But what I don't want to do is press hard, because I don't want to push it underneath my stencil. Okay. And when you've got the parts that you want covered, we go, you're just going to go over it flat again.
We've broke 400 at £411. Let's keep it up.
Yay, that's amazing. Well done, guys. Anybody, you've got literally probably about a minute left to donate on my slot up for your Grand Designs Live tickets. Right.
Oh, hi from Country Vintage. You are a great presenter, liked and shared.
Thank you. And there we go. I'm going to lift it. Oh, I actually like that. Yay! Okay, you can tell I get quite giddy, can't you? So I'm going to show you, hopefully, so you can see. There you go. Now there's a little bit over here that I don't want. So all I need to do is wipe it off while it's wet. And then I'm going to leave it to dry. So, what time are we on?
54.
How good is that? I finished with a minute, Paula. It's got to be impressive. So I'm going to use my last minute to say, where's my little doodah?
There we go, sorry, I've done it.
The whole point of this is that we are raising money, and I'm using my poster made by my kids, so you know, you've got to do it. So text CMUL 55. Text whatever you want to donate. Every single pound counts. If we had £1 from everybody that's watched over the last 12 hours, we'd be smashing it. So please just give us a little bit of love. Say hi, share it. It's still going to be on for the next few days, so please just donate. And sorry, I didn't finish, did I? Type CMUL55, whatever you want to donate, and send it to 770. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope I've taught you a few little things. If you win the tickets, please just come and give me a little hug when I'm at Grand Designs Live, because I'm a little bit scared. And yeah, I think that's me done. So good luck to Vicky. Vicky's up next from me. She's an amazing painter. Good luck, missus, and lots of love to everybody. Bye.